What's up, guys? Jack did a rosemary, but we still got time left over for another reaction, another banger. Today we have, and I'll pull it up for you, is Walter White versus White Wool Epic Mind Battles of Block Placery. You know, at this point, I'm such a big fan of this channel, we might as well go through all of them. And we'll see what happens. It doesn't look like we have an intro this time, which is weird. Maybe it's some sort of red herring. I honestly don't know, but we'll see what happens, right? Okay. So usually the first verse has the best opener, but we'll see.
Jesse, we need to cook this four-string bitch if I...
Ooh. Damn. Four-string bitch, because white wool naturally is crafted out of 4 pieces of string, right? Which is like slightly unknown information, so that's a deep cut.
I see you. I do title save and quit. White versus wool, can you even compete? Use you as furnace fuel, ingots I need.
Ooh. Damn. Because they're being burnt so hard with Walter White's verse that they're just like, you know, you might as well be used as furnace fuel. Crafting some carpet, be a little more efficient. What else did he say here? White, I to title save and quit. Oh, save and quit the title. Ooh, shit. That's fucking crazy, man.
Do craft a chest plate in case I get shot. I take shots at you, you take shots a lot because you're an alcoholic.
Ooh. You know, that's actually true. I read about White Wool's history with alcoholism. And it's, you know, what can you do, really? Because White Wool was sort of in denial for a while, not the river. And he or she, I'm not exactly sure what White Wool's pronouns are. Let me know in the comments what White Wool's pronouns are. But yeah, I think he brings up a really good point here.
You used to craft a bed because you put me to sleep.
Ooh. Damn. Walter White's coming out swinging.
9.5 out of 10 on IMDb. Read it and weep. You are a feature in a desert temple prior to 1.8.
Ooh, that brings up a good point. Minecraft had enough of... But the thing is, though, what I think the Walter White and the creator neglected to realize is there actually isn't white wool in desert temples. Even then, it was orange and blue, which maybe they're saying that, like, your relatives were. And that means Walter White's bringing family into this, which is... Some would say too far, but let me know. Let me know in the comments if you think Walter White took it too far by bringing White Wool's family into this.
I'm invincible, an enchanted golden apple I ate.
Ooh. Damn. I'm better than Gordon mining and mining a child? This is like a cinematic universe. They don't even... It's like they don't... Like, with, for example, Epic Rap Battles of Block Placery, or Epic Rap Battles of History, they kind of, every battle kind of exists in their own universe. You know what I mean? It's a separate thing every time. With exceptions. Like, some people were used twice, like Napoleon was used twice, in 2 different contexts. There was another one, I don't really remember who it was, but someone else was used twice, where one was from Nice Peter and the other was from Epic Lloyd. Let me know in the comments if you know who I'm talking about. But, anyways, so he knows that Gordon Money and Money a Child exists, but I don't know. This could go two different ways. It's a two-way road. Either he's talking about like he knows them, or knows them personally, or knows of their existence, like Money and Money a Child got notoriety, or alternatively, he's seen the battle, which would add a whole other layer. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments.
I'm better than Gordon Miney and Miney a Child. That's a reference. I'm getting wet and wild.
Ooh, this is like a double reference. Well, him saying it's a reference is, in fact, he just seen the battle, because that kind of confirms my theory. But Wet and Wild is the name of the European ROM to Super Mario 64 DS. There's Wet and Wild, and then there's two other ones. I don't remember what they're called. Trashman, Wet and Wild, and then there's a third one. So I don't know if they're referencing the European Super Mario 64 DS, but or it's just like a phrase that either the I'm not sure if Walter White wrote his own lines. It was either Walter White or the creator, but I have no idea. It could go both ways.
I can craft you in my inventory. You lose. It's obligatory. Comet Observatory will always do it for me.
Ooh, Comet Observatory. That means... So he's also played Mario Galaxy, which is... That does make sense, because Breaking Bad takes place in 2008. And, well, at least this iteration of Walter White. If you see, he's got the hair. He's got just the mustache. And Mario Galaxy 1 came out in 2007. So that makes sense, but... Oh, do you remember that phrase? That Walter White said, "We." There is no "we." So, I don't know. If he had no "we," that means he probably pirated it. Let me know if Walter White uses Dolphin Emulator.
Me. That was in Mario Galaxy 1. I've won. You didn't. This ain't Finn. I've got Silk Touch on my pickaxe for the sake of inventory space.
Ooh. He brings up a really good point here. Not enough people use Silk Touch. It's kind of an underrated enchantment, because people are like, oh, I'll just use it for stone or gravel. But it does have a lot of... Like, if you're not blast mining, or you don't have a good trade set up, or an iron golem farm, or a pigman farm, it is an optimal... It's kind of like back in the caveman times, before people knew how to really make solid-ass farms. They kind of... Silk Touch is better than Fortune, in my opinion, unless you need Flint for whatever reason. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you're Fortune gang or Silk Touch gang.
Then I use Fortune when I get back to my...
Oh, okay. So he had the right idea here. That's what I was saying. So that means he has two pickaxes. So I don't remember if he specified what kind of pickaxe he has, but in order to benefit from all ores, he would need at least iron. But I'm not sure if Walter White, if he was performing this pre 1.16, because the best he'd have is a diamond pickaxe. Who's texting me? Anyways, yeah, I don't know. That's just my theory.
Base. Use the materials for a beacon.
Okay, so he's at least played 1.4, I believe. So we've narrowed down to what version he plays. It's between 1.4 and 1.16. Because I don't think he's made no mention of netherite. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we can narrow down what version this is.
For 2 of haste. Instamine stone. I won't give you a loan. Made $80 million. You make people moan. Betting you come from a sheep because you're being led to the slaughter.
Ooh. Damn. Oh, because sheep wool comes from sheep, and a sheep being led to the slaughter. Holy fuck. God damn, Walter White's taken no prisoners. Ironic that he killed a bunch of prisoners, but, you know, shit. This is insane, man. This is absolutely American psycho sauce. Oh, shit. This is so crazy.
You say less words than my infant daughter, because you're just...
That is, actually, okay. Well, the thing is, from what we've seen, Holly has only said one word, and that's mama. And the only thing less than 1 is 0. So, is White Wool just going to sit there and tank it and not say anything? Shit. I guess we'll find out. But that's my theory, is that he's kind of giving not a red herring, but a foreshadowing that Walter White is not going to, or White Wool's not going to say anything, but we'll see.
It's an object and it's objectifying. I've got an elytra, so...
Okay, so now we know it's at least 1.9. But elytra is more of a glide. Like, it's more of a glide at around 1.9, and then 1.11 is when they added the function to use fireworks. I believe it's 1.11. But we'll say 1.10 for good measure. So it's now between 1.10 and 1.16, the version that he plays. We're making mad progress right now.
Now I'm flying. I got mending and I'm breaking.
Okay, unbreaking was 1.11 as well. So we're at 1.11. I believe it's 1.11. Let me know in the comments what version mending came out in.
Breaking like my soul. I'm the type to pass iron bars. Some would call me soul. You're stupid.
So this sounds like the end of his verse. Let me just double check. Okay, so now we're at White Wool. What do I have to say? Someone home? I don't know. So I think Walter White, he had a lot to say. He had a 1:30 verse, which is kind of crazy. And there's only 40 seconds left, which means that there might be some short verses coming up. I can't say for sure, but well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? I think that right now, Walter White, I mean, by default, Walter White's taken the lead here. He had a lot of references, a lot of deep cuts. And overall, I'll give that verse an 8 out of 10. I think he just went on for a little too long. That was my only real criticism. But he didn't. Every verse was a swing. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see what White Wool's got to say.
What the...
Oh my God! Did he actually? Ooh! 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 Holy fuck! Oh my God! How is this allowed on YouTube? That was fucking... I don't even know what to say. Jesus Christ. That gave me like a rush. Oh. God, that was... Ooh. Holy fuck. Okay, White Wool's taking the lead. That was fucking... That was... Oh my God, that gave me goosebumps, man. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I can't even, like... Oh, shit. Fuck, okay, I gotta recover. Okay, let's continue.
was that verse? You need to coerce. I have diamonds in my metaphorical purse. Enough to get...
Oh, okay, netherite. So we have the version. This was filmed in 1.16. So we know that. You know, I could be the next detective. Like the detective of all time. They only need me. But, hey. Need I say more?
Full armor and later netherite. Hop on Hypixel. We can have a fight. I use Lunar Client. You use Vanilla.
Ooh. Okay, so, you know, Walter White's ahead of the curve here. So he is an experienced Minecrafter. Because the casual audience, right? The casual Minecraft player isn't really, you know what I mean? They're not going to play Lunar Client. But the hardcores, they use Lunar or Sodium. There's one that's kind of like Lunar that everyone uses. Let me know in the comments if you know which one I'm talking about.
A PvP texture pack too. Michael Jackson Thriller.
Ooh, Michael Jackson, that guy, so crazy. Oh my god, he has 2 first names in his name, Michael and Jackson, A-E instead of E-A, E-A Sports. Oh my god. That was, ooh, okay. Walter White he's going hard right now.
Don't even test me. You can't arrest me. I need to craft you into a bed. Then use it later to breed villagers. Villagers and pillagers for hero of the village.
Ooh, shit. So he's actively starting raids, which is very Walter White of him. He don't give a fuck. Which, I mean, I guess that's kind of the point in Minecraft. You're incentivized to deliberately trigger raids, but, you know, need I say more, right?
I get mad discounts on the aforementioned mending. I ain't lending. I hate you, die. Minecraft.
Okay, this looks like the end. So, what could I say here? So, obviously... I mean, there's no question in the fucking world. White Wool won that battle. I get it's weird. There's a lot less to say in this one compared to the last one, but ironically, that you know the time's about the same. Oh God, my room's messy. Don't look at that chat. Let me know in the comments if I should clean my room. But yeah, I like it. It was good. I would give this one a 7.5. Like I wouldn't seek it out, but it was good. And White Wool, like if I were to rank the verses, I've seen 6. I would or 6 people's performances. I would probably put Walter White at 4. Number 1's White Wool, like clearly, obviously. Like who gives a fuck? Number 2 is probably Gordon Miney. Number 3 is probably Block Hitter. 4 Walter White. 5 Darth Miner. 6 Money Child. That's probably what I would go with. Let me know in the comments if you agree with this ranking. And there's still the sequel. And I'll do the reaction to the sequel sooner rather than later. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Goodbye.